Hey everyone, and welcome to a deep dive on, well, someone who really needs no introduction, right? Ariana Grande.
Oh, yeah. Definitely one of the biggest names in music today.
Exactly. So we're going to unpack how she went from like Nickelodeon star to a full-blown global icon.
And we got some juicy bits from this biography here, Ponytail Power.
Oh yeah, this thing's awesome.
Let's jump right in.
All right, so fun fact before we get started, did you know that this woman, Ariana Grande, is one of the most streamed artists like ever?
Huh.
Over 90 billion streams worldwide. That's insane.
It's mind-blowing. To put that in perspective, that's basically every person on Earth listening to her, like 12 times over.
Seriously. So, okay, let's back up a bit. Before the pop superstardom, she was on Broadway, right?
Yeah, she was performing professionally, like way before most of us even thought about a career. And that's where those incredible vocals really developed.
It's true. You can't teach that kind of range. Then came Nickelodeon Victorious, right? Cat Valentine. I mean, I love that show.
Oh, totally. That role kind of typecast her for a bit, but it also gave her some serious performance experience and helped her connect with a, younger audience.
Which, looking back, was like brilliant for her career trajectory.
Totally. And you can't forget that 4-octave vocal range. That's what really launched her into the pop stratosphere.
Oh, yeah, you can't deny that kind of talent.
No way. Her first album, Yours Truly, it really showcased those vocals. Plus, her R&B influences were super clear. And then, bam, The Way with Mac Miller. Instant hit.
That song is still so good. I remember exactly where I was when I first heard it.
Me too. It was just the beginning. From there, she just kept hitting it out of the park. Album after album, each one bigger than the last.
Thank you. Next, that one absolutely smashed streaming records.
It was massive. More than just an album, it was like this cultural phenomenon. And not just because of, catchy songs like Seven Rings or the title track, but because it showed a new level of vulnerability from Ariana.
You're so right. It was like she was letting us in.
Exactly. And people connected with that hard.
Then came Positions. Debuted at #1, obviously.
She was unstoppable. And those collaborations, The Weeknd, Nicki Minaj, Justin Bieber, talk about a power lineup.
I mean, that's how you solidify yourself at the top, right? Work with the best.
It was strategic, too. She got to experiment with different sounds, reach even bigger audiences. She's always been about pushing those creative boundaries.
And we can't forget this. She was the first solo artist to hold the top 3 spots on the Billboard Hot 100 at the same time.
What? Yeah, that's right.
7 Rings, Break Up With Your Girlfriend, I'm Bored, and Thank You Next, all at the top.
Each song, though, kind of shows a different side of her,
Totally. It's a testament to her range, both musically and, personality-wise.
Right.
I mean, that's a record-breaking achievement that proves how she can just tap into what people want, what they need to hear.
It's like she's not chasing trends, she's making them.
For sure. But her journey hasn't been all, sunshine and rainbows.
Yeah.
The Manchester Arena bombing in 2017, that was just devastating.
Like total tragedy. And Ariana's response, though, remarkable. So much strength, compassion. She organized that One Love Manchester benefit
I
concert.
don't remember watching that.
Yeah.
So powerful.
She used her platform to help the victims, the families. You could just see the depth of her character. It really resonated with, everyone.
It was a huge moment, definitely. But then there were those controversies too, right? Donut Gate and the cultural appropriation accusations, those brought a lot of negative attention.
Yeah, that's the flip side of fame, right? That intense scrutiny. It's a good reminder, though, that even someone as successful as Ariana is still human. We all make mistakes.
It's about growth, right? Learning from those experiences.
Exactly. And speaking of growth, she's always got new projects in the works. The Wicked film adaptation, she's going to be Glinda.
Stop! I am so excited for that.
It's perfect casting. She's so versatile, moving between music and acting so effortlessly. I mean, come on. Ariana Grande in a musical, I'm there.
I already have my tickets.
Plus, there's all this buzz about new music. Her fans are going crazy.
I know. I'm dying for new music. And beyond just, making music, she's really become a powerful advocate for some important causes.
Oh, absolutely. Mental health awareness, LGBTQ plus rights, other social issues. She's using her influence to make a real difference.
It's inspiring, honestly.
Yeah.
So we've seen this, incredible rise to fame, breaking records, navigating these controversies, and using her voice for good. It's clear that Ariana Grande is more than just a talented singer. She's like a cultural force.
Totally. And what makes her so compelling, in my opinion, is that connection she has with her audience. It's so personal. She's honest about her struggles, her anxieties, her own growth. That authenticity makes her incredibly relatable.
And inspiring.
Yeah.
So what do you think are some of the key takeaways from what we've learned about her so far? What can we learn from Ariana Grande's journey?
One of the biggest ones for me is embracing those unique qualities. Her voice, her style, it sets her apart in a world full of, cookie cutter pop stars. She's never been afraid to just be herself, and that's such a powerful message.
It's about being true to yourself,
Right.
owning what makes you different.
Absolutely. And she's also shown us what resilience looks like. Bouncing back from setbacks, both personal and professional, it's a lesson we can all learn from.
It's so important, and she's a great example of that.
And of course, using your platform for good. Her advocacy work shows how much impact someone with a large following can have.
It makes you think about how you can use your own voice, your own platform, to make a difference, even if it's just in your own little corner of the world.
Right, and that doesn't have to be like millions of followers or anything. It's about the intention.
Totally. We also can't forget about evolving and growing, right? She's always reinventing her sound, her image, trying new things. It's a good reminder that growth is essential.
Yeah, in our creative lives, our personal lives, it's all about pushing those boundaries. And being open about your mental health journey, like she has, is huge.
Absolutely. It helps destigmatize these issues and encourages others to get help when they need it.
It's a reminder that everyone faces challenges, and it's okay to ask for support. We all need it sometimes.
All those lessons, those are all so valuable. But for you, what really stands out is the most impactful part of Ariana Grande's career so far?
Honestly, it's got to be her authenticity, the way she connects with her fans. It's so genuine, so open and vulnerable.
We see it in her music, on social media, especially in how she handled the aftermath of the Manchester bombing.
It was incredible, her willingness to be real, to show her flaws, her humanity. That's what makes her so relatable and inspiring.
It allows her fans to connect with her on a deeper level. It's not just a pop star up on a stage. It's a real person sharing their experiences.
You get it, and that human connection makes her impact so much more powerful. She's sharing her story, her struggles, her victories, and people feel seen, they feel heard. And that connection translates to her advocacy work, too. Because she's so real, people trust her. They're more receptive to the causes she's supporting.
It's incredible, the ripple effect of that kind of genuine connection.
It really is.
It's amazing to see how she's used her fame to make a difference. But let's talk accomplishments for a second. I mean, we mentioned the Billboard Hot 100 record, but she's also got 2 Grammys.
Oh, yeah. Don't forget that Brit Award.
And 2 Billboard Music Awards, 3 American Music Awards. I mean, the list goes on.
Seriously impressive. She's a true vocal powerhouse, and she's always pushing the boundaries of what pop music can be.
Her blend of pop, R&B, and hip-hop, it's just so unique. So distinctly Ariana.
It's her own lane, for sure. And that unique sound, combined with her incredible vocals and relatable lyrics, I mean, that's what makes her one of the most successful artists of, our generation.
It's true. She's an icon. But success doesn't come without challenges, right? She's been super open about the personal difficulties she's faced, breakups, the tragic loss of Mac Miller.
And it's inspiring to see how she channels those experiences into her music, using art as a form of therapy, connecting with others who might be going through similar things.
Especially after the Manchester bombing. She was so vocal about her struggles with anxiety and PTSD. And by speaking out, she's helped to, destigmatize those issues.
Huge. She's encouraging her fans to prioritize their own well-being.
Exactly. It's a message we all need to hear sometimes.
It's what makes her such a fascinating figure, The talent, the resilience, the passion for making a positive impact. It's pretty incredible.
And her career is nowhere near finished.
Yeah.
The Wicked film is going to be huge. And she's got to have new music on the way.
Oh, yeah, without a doubt. It's exciting to think about what she'll achieve next and how she'll continue to, inspire and empower everyone.
It's safe to say that Ariana Grande has definitely earned her spot as a true icon.
Absolutely. She's a force, and her impact on music, culture, society, it's undeniable.
It really is. And that brings us to the end of part 1 of our Ariana Grande deep dive. Join us next time as we go even deeper into her impact on legacy.
We'll be looking at her influence on fashion, her business ventures, and how her role as a cultural icon just keeps evolving.
You won't want to miss it.
Welcome back to our deep dive into all things Ariana. Last time we were talking about her journey from Broadway to pop stardom.
All those highs and lows, the controversies, personal challenges, everything.
Right, and how she's managed to, use her platform for good and stay so authentic through it all.
Totally. So I think it's time to talk about something a little more visual.
Ooh, getting stylish. I like it.
Her fashion, it's gone through such a transformation over the years.
It really has, from those like super playful, colorful outfits early on to the more sleek, sophisticated looks we see now.
Like, remember those early days? High ponytails, cat ears, those adorable skater dresses. It was so Nickelodeon, so fun.
It totally worked for her then. Super youthful, it matched her music, her image.
And it resonated with her younger fans, for sure.
But then as her music matured, so did her style. Those silhouettes got more sophisticated, the accessories edgier, and you could really see her individuality shining through.
The Dangerous Woman era, that was a major turning point, I think.
Oh, for sure. Thigh-high boots, the all-black, kind of sultry looks. Such a departure from those earlier, like, bubblegum vibes.
It was bolder, way more confident, which mirrored the themes in her music at that time.
Absolutely. And then, Sweetener, we got this softer, almost romantic vibe. Flowing dresses, pastels, a touch of whimsy.
It totally matched the album's mood, you know?
Yeah.
Love, healing, self-acceptance.
You nailed it. And we can't forget those iconic oversized hoodies and thigh-high boots from the Thank You Next era.
So comfy, so stylish, a little bit rebellious. It just screamed independence. Moving on.
Perfect encapsulation of the album's themes. Each era has had this, like, distinct visual identity, and it shows how much she loves to experiment and, just evolve.
Plus, think about all the trends she set. Fans all over the world try to recreate her looks.
She's a fashion icon, no doubt, effortlessly blending different aesthetics, always pulling it off. But let's not forget, she's got that business side, too.
Oh yeah, Ariana's a savvy businesswoman, no doubt about it. Fragrance line, collaborations with, like, Reebok, Hemi Cosmetics. She knows what she's doing.
Those fragrances, especially, are a huge hit. Each one is, like, tied to her personality, her artistry, her fans go crazy for them.
It shows her brand power, for sure. How she connects with her audience on so many levels.
And those brand partnerships are super strategic. She chooses brands that align with her values, her aesthetic, so those endorsements feel authentic.
Right, it's not just slapping her name on something for a quick buck. She's involved in the process, making sure it reflects her brand. And speaking of her brand, I think we got to talk about her role as a cultural icon. It goes way beyond just the music.
You're right. She's become this symbol of, like, female empowerment, resilience, self-expression.
Especially for young women, you know.
Yeah.
They see her being so open about her struggles, her anxieties, her growth, and it gives them a role model, someone they can look up to.
It's huge. She's breaking down those barriers,
Right.
normalizing conversations about mental health, and that's a powerful thing.
And she doesn't shy away from social issues either. LGBTQ plus rights, gender equality. She uses her platform to advocate for it all.
It's a reminder that celebrities can use their influence to actually make a difference. And she's doing it.
It's more than just entertainment. It's about using your voice to make the world a better place.
Totally. And it's working. Look at the community she's built. These fans are incredibly loyal. They see her as more than an entertainer. They see her as, like, a friend.
Someone they can relate to.
Mhm.
It's evident in how they defend her, how they celebrate her wins, and how they support her during those tough times.
It's real, That connection is built on shared experiences and her being so authentically herself. And that's what makes her message resonate so strongly.
It's amazing. So as we keep going on this deep dive, I think it's important to remember just how multifaceted Ariana Grande's influence really is.
She's more than just a singer, a fashion icon, a businesswoman. She's this complex individual who's figured out how to handle fame, with grace, resilience, and a desire to make a positive impact.
And her story is far from over. It'll be fascinating to see how she continues to evolve as an artist, as an entrepreneur, as a cultural figure.
I can't wait to see what she does next. There's no doubt she'll keep surprising us, keep inspiring us, keep pushing those boundaries of what it means to be a pop star in today's world.
Definitely. Well, that wraps up part 2 of our deep dive into Ariana Grande.
Get ready for the final part, where we'll be talking about her legacy, her potential for future impact, and the mark she's going to leave on the world.
All right, we're back for the final part of our deep dive, and it's time to look ahead. What kind of legacy will Ariana Grande leave behind? How will we be talking about her, say, 10 years from now?
Oh, that's a good question. I mean, it's always tough to predict the future, right? But given everything we've talked about, her impact is going to be huge.
I agree. So when we look back on everything, what do you think will stand out as her most defining qualities?
Her authenticity, hands down. That willingness to be vulnerable, to let her fans in on her struggles, her joys, everything. You just don't see that very often, especially in pop music.
Yeah, it makes her so relatable. She doesn't hide her flaws, which makes her successes that much more powerful. It's like we've been on this journey with her.
Exactly. And I think her honesty about mental health is going to be a big part of her legacy.
Oh, absolutely. Talking about anxiety, PTSD, she's helped so many people, especially young people, feel less alone.
It's okay to not be okay, and it's okay to ask for help. Those are messages that everyone needs to hear.
And she's not just talking about it, she's actively advocating for change.
Oh, yeah, all that advocacy work for the LGBTQ plus community, for gender equality. She's using her platform to lift up those voices.
It's clear that she cares deeply about these issues, and her fans see that.
It's a combination of authenticity and action that's so powerful. She's inspiring people to think critically, to use their voices for good.
It's more than just entertainment. It's about making a difference.
For sure.
Yeah.
And then there's the music. I mean, she's pushed boundaries, blended genres, created this sound that's totally unique and yet still appeals to, like, for everyone.
It's true. And she's got the vocal talent to back it up.
Yeah.
But I think it's her ability to connect with people on an emotional level that's what really sets her apart.
You're right. Her songs are so personal, but they also tap into these universal themes of love, loss, resilience, heartbreak. Everyone's felt those things.
I think her music is going to inspire generations of artists. Honestly, she's proved that you can be commercially successful and still be true to yourself, you know?
That's a huge lesson for anyone in a creative field. And her influence on fashion, that's not going away anytime soon.
From those early days with all the bright colors to the more sophisticated looks now, she's shown that fashion can be a way to express yourself, to have fun, to evolve.
And she's never been afraid to take risks, to try new things, which makes her a true fashion icon.
But beyond the music, the fashion, the advocacy, I think what people will remember most about Ariana is her resilience. She's been through so much, but she always comes back stronger.
The Manchester bombing was such a horrific event, but she turned her grief into action.
The benefit concert, her support for the victims and their families, it was a defining moment.
It showed the world who she really is. So as we think about her legacy, it's important to remember that Ariana Grande is so much more than a pop star.
She's an amazing example of resilience, a passionate advocate, and a creative force who's using her platform to change the world.
And her story's still being written. Who knows what she'll do next? It's exciting to think about how she'll continue to inspire and empower people.
It really is. Well, this deep dive has been incredible. We've covered so much ground, from her early days to her global impact.
We've seen her grow as an artist, a businesswoman, a cultural icon, and through it all, it's her authenticity, her connection with her fans that really shines through.
That's what makes her so special. And ultimately, I think that's what her legacy will be. Thank you for joining us on this deep dive into the world of Ariana Grande.
We hope you've learned something new and that you'll keep exploring, keep learning, keep diving deep.